Why was oral tradition important in 60s folk songs? Imagine a world where music is shared not through printed pages or recordings, but by simply passing it from person to person. That's exactly how folk songs traveled in the 60s. Folk music is all about stories, lessons, and feelings shared by word of mouth. Before the 60s, many of these songs existed only in people's memories. Each singer might add their own twist, making the song slightly different each time it was sung. This way of sharing music is called oral tradition. During the 1960s folk revival, young musicians wanted to reconnect with the roots of American music. They didn't just want to perform songs they read in books or saw on records. They wanted to learn songs the way their ancestors did, by listening and singing along. Many learned tunes by attending jam sessions, listening to recordings, or swapping songs with friends. This method kept the music feeling real and personal, not distant or overly polished. Oral tradition also made folk music flexible. Since songs weren't written down on sheet music, singers could change lyrics to fit current events or social issues. During the 60s, folk music became a voice for social change. Artists like Bob Dylan and Joan Baez took old songs and adapted them or wrote new ones in traditional styles. They used these songs to speak out against war, racism, and injustice. The simple words and melodies made it easy for people to understand and share the messages. The folk scene was built on this way of sharing. Coffee houses, parks, and clubs became gathering spots where people learned songs on the spot and sang together. This created a sense of community and connection. Even as some musicians started writing original songs, they kept the spirit of oral tradition alive by performing in a way that felt immediate and genuine. From a nostalgic point of view, oral tradition in folk music represents a longing for connection, to history, to community, and to authenticity. It reminds us of a time when music was something you did with others, not just something you listened to passively. For fans today, knowing that these songs were learned by ear and shared among friends adds a special feeling. It shows how music can be a shared experience, passed down through generations by voice and memory. In practical terms, the importance of oral tradition means many classic folk songs have different versions, each with its own story. It also explains why live performances and audience participation were so important in the folk movement. Even now, when people gather to sing folk songs, they are continuing a tradition that has lasted for centuries, sharing music person to person, voice to voice, keeping the spirit of the folk revival alive.